Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of cryptocurrency. I think cryptocurrency is getting regulated very much this year. In the United States, we have the IRS tax rules, which go into effect tax year 2025. The process was a couple things. One, it was the technology. Why are people paying a lot of money for this picture? They're not. They're paying their money for the money for the number that is connected to the picture.
Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Bull Run, where we bring 100 bulls, 100 stories in this one legendary run. You might have already known about crypto kitties, bored apes, fuzzy penguins, crypto punks, and even the Ultimate Bull Run. Do you know what all they have in common? Yes, they are all worth tens and thousands of dollars. They all are JPEG images. They all live in the blockchain, and they all are collectively known as the non-fungible token, aka NFT. And today with us, we have a very special guest. He's one of the origins of all this hype, the market of 11 million, not million, correct. It is $11 billion. He is the lead author of ERC721 token, aka again NFT. So without further ado, let me bring to you Origin, the OZ, the star of our show, William Entriken. Welcome to the show and welcome to the Ultimate Bull Run.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and it's good to I saw you sitting there in the VIP room at the NFT NYC with your big the Bull Run token. Do you have that? Where's that?
I
Where's the necklace? There we go. Right. So I saw the necklace rolling in hard, and you know you're a humble guy. You're walking in. You're asking questions. You're getting this podcast started, and I just wanted to hear more. So that's where I'm coming in to start this.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So, to get started with this, we all have a reason to be involved in the crypto market. Some joined because they believed in Satoshi's vision. Some joined because they saw opportunity to make money, right? And some joined to build something that all people can use, right? Can you share some moment or experience that sparked your interest in blockchain and cryptocurrencies? What was it like about this field that captivated you? Kind of like your journey and the background itself.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of cryptocurrency. I think a lot of the cryptocurrency that's been used, and even today, is used wrong, and for the wrong reasons. Bitcoin, back in the day, this was 2017, was mostly used for drug sales, illegal drug sales, and there's nothing wrong with illegal drug sales. I think maybe drug regulation is going to change anyway. But the way that they were using it was not supporting a good economy, and I didn't support any of the use cases of Bitcoin back then. A lot of DeFi, I think, is wrong. I think a lot of it's exploitative. They're investing in ways that are hurting people. They're Ponzi schemes. There's basically they're just avoiding taxes or regulation or all the things. I think one of the easiest ways to develop a new DeFi product is to go really deeply study regulations, rules, all the laws, and just break those laws and then call them DeFi. So I'm actually not a fan of a lot of this stuff. And this is my story with NFTs, how it starts. So my friend introduced me to the idea of blockchain forever ago, and I kept reloading the page. I saw nothing, and then I saw CryptoKitties. So really, for me, this was the first application that was not money laundering, Ponzi schemes, unregistered securities, trading with 5x, guaranteed returns, no interest. So I felt like this was a wholesome, legitimate product. And I said, great, how do I do it? How do I do CryptoKitties? And then I started studying. I found that they actually were working on something bigger than this product. It was a standard called NFT, and it kind of stalled. It got stalled because the market was very hot back then. I can tell you how hot and how all about that. But this is where I came in, and I realized that this is actually something that I'm good at: standardizing, building community, open source, and this just ties into my background. So I said, okay, well, here's a place for me to help, to learn and help at the same time. And so that's my beginning.
That is really interesting, and you have really made a bold claim about the cryptocurrencies in general. It's something really great, and there are some great projects like again even the ERC721 standard that can really change how we interact with the digital items itself. Yeah. So when you were creating this standard, right? Can you share some of the challenges and success that you experienced during the
Yeah.
whole process of creating the standard?
I did not create the standard. I'm just the lead author, so there's other authors on the paper. But the process was a couple things. One, it was the technology. So we had to actually create okay, so we had to standardize the thing, right? So we had to write some code and write specifications. There actually has not been a standard before ERC 721 NFTs. There was kind of understandings, like ERC 20 was more of an understanding than a formal specification. I wanted to change that. I have experience with formal specs, working on other fields of electrical engineering, working on fiber optic internet communication, things like this. And the specs need to be very clear. I'll just tell you why. My background here is I was looking at NFTs, this concept, and I was like, this is going to be very, very, very big. This is going to be bigger than Ethereum. It's going to be bigger than ERC20. It's going to be bigger than shitcoin. It's going to be bigger than Bitcoin. NFT is going to be bigger than all this. So we better start with a solid foundation because we're going to standardize this, and I don't want to standardize it twice. You can only do this once, right? Okay, so that was the background. From the technology, I said, okay, well, this needs to have a very strong foundation. And so as part of that, we actually made changes to Solidity, which is the language of Ethereum, one of the languages for smart contracts. We made many changes to Ethereum. You can actually, if you read ERC 721, if you scroll down, we were like, okay, we're going to standardize this, but we're assuming these changes are all going to get made to Ethereum. And basically, they all got changed. One of them's still going on. But we were right on the money with that. We're like, okay, this is the work that's going to be done. Two, we had to change the way that standards work in Ethereum. So previously, when standards were done, they were kind of signed off by core devs. These are the people that write the code for the client. These are the people that decide we're going to switch to proof of stake. People decide that when you're going to upgrade your client. These are the people that make those decisions. Naturally, they also had decision authority over application standards like NFT, ERC20. And so I said this was inappropriate. We need to separate the decision-making responsibility a little bit, kind of make this more of a community effort. And so people wanted to do that, but we actually had to say how. You can't be like, yay, let's do this. You have to say, this is what we're going to do, plan A, B, C, D. And so that's what we did. We created a 2-week review, which is, we've been using that in the community since. This is now the process that other projects are using. And I stole the idea directly from Apple. So Apple uses this for the Swift language. We brought it to Ethereum. So the 2 was the process of making things. And then 3 was really just getting the individual people on board with it. Because there's tech, there's a process, but you actually need people to agree to it. Otherwise, you're going to have a party and nobody's going to show up. So that was, you could call this the politics or the shenanigans or whatever you call it. But basically, the way I achieved this was just calling people on the phone. I had about 3 months of my life, and if you're in the scene since 2017, you have my phone number. It's my real number. I know all of these people that are on the space, and I'm like, look, call me. If you don't want to talk about this publicly, a lot of people do want to talk about it publicly, but there's some ideas that people were not comfortable sharing, or some people were a little shy, or actually some people were just embarrassed. They're going to say something stupid and they didn't want to discuss it publicly. I'll be honest. And those people really helped to just get them on the phone. Like, okay, well, I will listen to everything you have to say. And I really did not shut down any ideas. I said, we're going to listen to these ideas. And this was the winning ticket, actually, because when you're trying to make a standard and get people to follow you as a form of leadership, there were a lot of people that had a lot of good ideas, and it's hard to get people to follow other people's ideas. So you have to really give credit to people and appreciate them and hear them. If you don't, they're going to fork you. They're going to just be like, okay, that's cool. My idea's better. They don't tell you. And then they go make another version, ERC 722. And then now you're competing with someone. So you do not want enemies. You want friends.
Sure, that is really, really insightful, and kind of to sum up the entire journey, I would say this decentralization, building any project in decentralization, is you have to get a community, like you said. Either you're gonna have a party and you want to invite people and you want people to come in and join you. That is really important. And we have seen in 2017, probably 2016, Ethereum Classic and Ethereum, and then they kind of went the separate route, and then Cardano came in. It's like the same developers and different kind of philosophy and different kind of whatever they wanted to bring, but they kind of diverted from it, and now you have a millions of it. That is very true. So moving on to the future of crypto, as a technology leader and a key player in the crypto market, where do you see the future of cryptocurrencies and the blockchain technology heading towards?
I think cryptocurrency is getting regulated very much this year. In the United States, we have the IRS tax rules, which go into effect tax year 2025. In Europe, we have MiCA. So MiCA is the Euro-wide legislation. However, this needs to be implemented in each country. So that means it's going to be implemented wrong in some countries. And that means that money is going to move into the favorable jurisdictions. So it's actually going to take Europe a little longer than it took the US. Asia has shut down crypto a lot, or China has shut down cryptocurrency. Very much it's just dead. So I think it's going to take a couple of years to shut down cryptocurrencies in their current form. There's still a lot of steam left, and there's still a lot of need for this stuff. So it's not going to die. This market will not die, but we're going to start seeing things like allow list for people. Right now, the way USDC runs is completely untenable. You can absolutely launder money through Coinbase USDC or Circle USDC because they allow anybody to send money to anybody else. And then as long as you exit through a specific person that has an account, you're fine. This is unacceptable for regulators. They just don't understand it yet. So they haven't made a rule against it, and they will. So in terms of cryptocurrencies, there's some growing up. The regulated finance like USDC and others will change a lot. USDT, I have no idea how that is in existence. That is, for me, obviously a scam. For me, this is obviously, an $80 billion exit scam just waiting to happen. And right, so, but that's just, you just take your money out of Tether while you still can. So these things are going to disappear. They're going to, I don't know if Tether's going to be one to do the exit scam, but these are just exit scams waiting to happen. So if you're not backed by a real audited company that is liable to you and that you've signed an agreement with, you're going to lose your money, right? You are the sucker. You're playing poker and you are the fish. So there's a lot of that. That's things that are related to dollars or things that are related to central keys. If it's not your bank account, it's not your money, right? So if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Well, even if it's your keys and you're holding Tether, you are holding the bag. So these things are going to change, and we're going to be very big news when they or somebody like them does an exit scam. But it's not going to kill crypto, because in South America they absolutely need this stuff. Have you seen Argentina? Like, Argentina absolutely needs these type of things until they switch to the US dollar, which I don't think they'll be successful in doing, or they switch to Bitcoin. They're going to be using other things that are similar to crypto. A lot of future, a lot of runway. You are early.
Yes. You heard it, guys. Guys and girls, everyone out there, you are still early. We are just 10 years, 10, 11 years, probably more than that. Probably what, 15? 2008, 2018, yeah, sort of. We are still early. So if you guys are thinking you're too late for the journey, no, you're not. And we're just getting like you mentioned, we're just getting the regulation out here, and we definitely need regulation, a regulated crypto and the blockchain project in general. And there's we need a fine distinction as well between whatever we want to label as a security or utility. And there's much of the hype going on. And in 2017, you've been around for a long time, right? In 2017, it was ICO scams, and we still see that scams right now. And in 2021, it was the NFTs hype. And again, we create a tool that people can use, but we cannot guarantee that all the people are good actors. There are bad actors, and they can really ruin a lot of good actors. And we really need a regulation, not just in country specific, but the whole worldwide as well. That is really, really great insight. Moving on to the the general definition of the NFT, right? Every new technology, I believe, requires a shift in thinking, mindset, way of life, and a shift in paradigm. I have many friends and family who do not understand what NFT is and what it has to offer to them, and the way they are thinking, right? Most of them, understand and know NFT as an image on the internet that people pay thousands of dollars for, but anyone can download an image for free. What do you tell them what NFT is?
Uh, I'm trying to learn some more languages, but so in English, basically we use the word non-fungible, and the word non-fungible means serial number. It is a serial number. So when you have a phone, when you have a SIM card, if you've ever had to type a SIM card into your phone, if you've ever traveled, that's a serial number. Or if you buy a computer, if you have an Apple, you go to Apple system. There's a serial number.
Yeah.
It specifically identifies your thing. The word token means worthless. That's what the word token means. So non-fungible token means a worthless serial number. That's what it is. That's what the meaning of the words is, and that's what it is. So it is a worthless number. Now, how does that apply to pictures? Well, the pictures are the pictures. The pictures are just whatever pictures. Obviously, you can copy them. You can do whatever you want with them. So why are people spending a lot of money on these pictures? Well, they're not spending money on the pictures. That's the secret. I mean, that's the solution to this conundrum. They are buying a number. They're buying a worthless number from the artist who created the picture. Now, we are assuming that the person who's selling you the number created the picture. We're pretty good at verifying that. We can go back in history and see who made this number, who made this picture. Bored Ape Yacht Club. They made a bunch of pictures and they made a bunch of numbers, 1 through 10,000. And we can figure out they came from the same place. It's not hard to do. Okay, well, why are people paying a lot of money for this picture? They're not. They're paying the money for the money for the number that is connected to the picture. And the cool thing about the blockchain, okay, so that's an NFT, right? Now, that actually works without blockchain. Your computer's not on the blockchain, but your blockchain has an NFT. The serial number for your computer is an NFT. Your SIM card is an NFT. SIM cards are not on the blockchain. So the SIM card is the number, right? So that's why so now here's the cool thing. When you put these numbers on blockchain, you can't copy them. You can't steal them. You can't, if you have a Bitcoin, if you send a Bitcoin to someone, they can't keep that Bitcoin and give it to someone else. You don't have to be an expert in technology or anything to understand that, because everybody knows you can't steal Bitcoin. If you could steal Bitcoin, that person would just retire. And right? So okay, so take what you know about Bitcoin, which might not be anything. You can't steal Bitcoin, okay, and you can't steal numbers. So if we put these NFTs on blockchain, that means you can't steal the number. So the picture you can steal. You can steal the picture or whatever if it's a picture online, but you can't steal the ownership of the picture. You can't steal the number if somebody owns that number. So now this gets a little bit interesting, because the number is a worthless number. The number is worth nothing, but you can't steal it. And it's connected to this picture that people care about. So now maybe it is worth something. Maybe the relationship is worth something. But the number itself is worth nothing. It's just a number, 12, 125.
The relationship, yes, indeed. It is the relationship. And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be just the image. It can be audio. It can be, like you said, it can be a SIM card as well. You might have a SIM card from president, and you can put it in a blockchain and you can call it an NFT, right? And you can value it as much. And that is really, really insightful when you said it's a relation between the number that you're storing it in blockchain, and you know that you cannot modify it, you cannot change it, and it's just gonna be there for permanently as long as the blockchain is going to be there. That is a really cool way to see the NFT itself. Thank you. And when we are in this topic, what do you say the future of the NFT, where it is heading? What's the recent development in this space? And what are you most excited about?
NFTs, you will see in the short term, there are people, they're putting NFTs onto Bitcoin. They're putting NFTs onto things like Bitcoin. And these are novelties, and I'm sure they'll be fun. And I don't see they're very practical, so I'm not a fan of it long term. This is what's happening right now. In the medium term, we are seeing that NFTs are being used, and blockchain NFTs on blockchains are being used for physical products. And this is very exciting. Because this means the physical products are going to prevent fakes. They're going to be able to verify them. And luxury goods is a very good use case for this because there's a lot of fake luxury goods. There's a lot of fake drugs. I worked on these two applications. Anything where there's a risk of a fake or a copycat that you want to prevent, NFTs are great for this. And so we're seeing those applications come out. It just takes a long time. That's why it takes years to do this. Things related to intellectual property. If you want to have a in-game asset that you want to have for a very long time, you could connect it to something like an NFT. Well, first of all, it probably is an NFT, probably has a serial number, but it might be useful to connect it to a blockchain or something like a blockchain. Doesn't have to be Ethereum, doesn't have to be Bitcoin. You can do things that are like blockchains without using blockchains. And yeah, so just taking things that are valuable and keeping them valuable, defending the value using a permanent system that makes sense. Just make it more like Bitcoin. You can't. We have this valuable thing. We don't want people to be able to steal the authenticity. So I can tell you about brands that are doing that. Shoe companies are doing it. This is happening today. Long term, we won't even use the word NFT. They're just going to be called QR codes. Think of NFTs, and this is coming. Actually, this codes. The way that we buy things is changing. I'm looking around this room to see if there's any example, but consumer packaged products, things that you buy at the store, they have a barcode on the back, and that's changing to a QR code. And so people are not even going to think of the word serial number. They're not going to think of the word NFT. They're going to think of QR code. You can actually fit a lot of information in a QR code, unlike a barcode. And so this will allow serial numbers inside the item. And if you scan it or you register it or something, this will prevent fraud automatically for everything you buy.
Wow. That is an exciting future for the NFT itself. And we definitely want the QR code back. It has so much potential and we just put it aside. And we need to bring it back. That's true. Moving away from the NFT and ERC-721 token, what advice would you give to our listeners who are just getting started in their journey in the crypto market and in the blockchain technology, aka we call in our terms as an aspiring bull? What kind of advice?
So advice from all around. One, you're here to learn, and still the best way to learn in this sphere is to show up in person. And it's probably going to be this way for a while. Here's why. If you're on YouTube, if you're on X, if you're watching videos of other people, many people are selling you crap. And they are motivated for reasons that they're not telling you, which is actually illegal, but the crackdown is not happening. So people have a product, they're like, we have this blockchain, and they want you to use that. They're going to tell you about that. And those videos, they spend a lot of effort promoting them. They make a lot of money on these videos. So you are very likely you're going to get hit by these. It's like when you use Google to search for stuff and the first page is all ads and crap. That's what's happening with any videos related to crypto. So don't look at videos online. Basically all the videos that are related to a specific product are useless. Show up in person. So you want to have interactions, you want to ask questions to people. People are much less likely to lie one-on-one because it's not profitable. If you're going to make videos and just spam 1 million people, then that's very profitable because 1,000 of them will be dumb. You'll make a referral fee on some of them. All right. But if you're talking one-to-one, then you're only getting people that care to share their ideas one-on-one. I consider this a one-on-one conversation. You're asking me questions, I'm answering. So I don't even assume there's 1,000 people watching this yet. And that's why I'm not promoting anything. That's not my sphere. So number one, show up in person. Number two, if you are planning here to make money, don't plan to make money. There's not a lot of money to be made. In terms of making money, you're late. The bags have been held and you're just taking the bags off of someone else. So a lot of the opportunity to make money had to do with people that were doing scams and not getting caught. A lot of the scams have been caught, and also the scams that are happening now will be caught, but they're just not there yet. So there's not a lot of opportunity to make money on even meme coins. Meme coins are very hot right now. People are definitely making money with those things, and obviously people are losing a lot of money too. So it's just a disaster for everyone. There's not a long-term opportunity in any of these things. 10 years ago, yeah, but now, no, you missed it. So do not think that just putting money in and flipping things, or do not expect to have any opportunity with that. There are companies that are building that are going to make great products and all that. You can expect that there'll be, some opportunities for work, to get a job or to get customers. But again, financial gains, do not expect your money to make money in this scene. And then lastly, in the past, 10 years ago, you were seeing people that were quitting their jobs. I see a lot of people today are actually not quitting their jobs in this space. They're working a full-time job as a data scientist or as maybe in accounting or something like that. And on the side, they're just curious. This is a very productive attitude. You can learn a lot. You can, again, do not expect to make a lot of money on this space. Expect to invest in yourself. Really what you're doing is investing in yourself. The best outcome you can have if you're curious in this space is start a podcast, join a podcast, go to an event, ask questions, and then either apply it to your job if you do some type of job that's valuable, or get another job where you're worth a lot more. And your next job is not going to be a crypto job. That's the quote. Your next job is not a crypto job. Your next job is a more proficient job using more skills that you didn't have last year. Because in this space, everybody's sharing ideas. You're going to meet people with a lot of experience in technology or art or music or acting or intellectual property, luxury goods. You can just meet a lot of people that are just giving away alpha right now. And if you do not show up at these events and you try to knock on somebody's door, hey, can you tell me about the last 10 years of luxury goods? You're not going to get it. But if you show up and you talk to technology people at a crypto event, you're like, hey, can you tell me the last 10 years of luxury goods? They will tell you all the business, all the ways they make money, the future and the opportunities. That is what you want to get out of this. Invest in yourself. That is financial advice. Invest in yourself. That's financial advice.
That is very, very important. And again, having no expectation in crypto is a way to go, because this is such a volatile market. You can make millions. People have made it, but you can lose it too. And without regulation, it is going to be, most of it is going to be a scam. Even the meme coin that we see right now, we only hear the one who made money, and there are very few. And those are like a very, a close group of circle that they created and they kind of promoted it. And there is a high chance that you're going to be an exit scam. I mean, someone who you're going to be dumped into, right? I'm curious, are you invested as in financially in a crypto currency?
None
Market?
I never put money into crypto. I only sell. So I created an NFT project, which I'm selling, and that's about it. I do advisory.
Right.
All my money from crypto comes through hourly fees, just hourly. I feel like I kind of did this as a policy. I did not expect to be creating an L1 or a very large crypto project or a token-based project. And I think a lot of them are either illegal or will become illegal or just not properly aligned. However, there's a lot of good opportunities. So that's why everything I do is for cash. And actually, I think the tokens are not even going to be around, a lot of them. I think there's a couple use cases that are fun, but so you wouldn't consider me investing in. I do not buy tokens.
Right. And this is part of, I think, the evolution of the technology itself. We start somewhere, we gain the traction, we gain the interest from the people around the world, and then we test it. We test a lot of things, the token itself, the NFT, everything, and it creates a hype. It slows down, regulation comes in, and now things are more stable. You can kind of know and be sure that the technology is going to be for a sustained amount of time, but it's not going to be volatile as much, though. That is true. So in your opinion, right, what does it take to be an ultimate bull? You can have your own definition of what ultimate bull is. Can you share some kind of characteristics or maybe a mindset that you believe are crucial to succeed in this?
Well, bull means a lot of things. I guess sometimes people use bull run to mean investing. And I'm gonna take a word from investing. I'm just gonna break it into a wider market. When you invest, you need a thesis. Okay, so if you're gonna be a bull investor, that means you need to have an investment thesis of what you think is going to go up. And I'll tell you, the thing about theses is that people share them. People are not like, oh, I'm going to keep all my secrets to myself. Everybody's sharing their thesis. That's they have a thesis, they invest. If they're investing money, they invest money. They make a thesis, they invest money, and then they tell people about the thesis, and kind of makes a herd, right? Bull run is a herd. Okay, let's expand that definition. So we can have a thesis for, let's say for crypto, right? You can have a thesis for where crypto is going to go. You can have a thesis for where a specific project is going to go. If you like a specific L1 project, or you like a DeFi project, like a very big one, and you can say, I think this is where this market is going to go. That's your thesis. Okay. So for me, the ultimate bull is someone who has the thesis. They're able to articulate it. For me, this is the NFTs are going to spread into everything that we use via QR codes and serial numbers. That's the thesis. And it's going to improve the way that we buy things. It's going to improve the way that we verify the things that we bought, and it's going to, that they're authentic, and it's going to improve the seller claims. If they say that it's this and you buy it, then you can confirm that it's that. These are all going to improve. That's my thesis, and it's going to be through NFTs. You can make your own thesis. You can make your thesis that this token is going to go up, that these pictures of these animals are going to go up, why they're going to go up. They're going to sell to a new generation of what, and that's having the thesis is the ultimate bull.
There we go. We have it there. And it is really important to have that thesis. Whatever you have, you might have a thesis to kind of go into a hyped up currency and try to make money. It can be anything, but you got to have something that you are aware of, right? And that is very true. I think a lot of people want to know, and this is a final question, does the lead author of ERC721 token own an NFT? And if you do, or if you don't, and if you're planning on owning it, what kind of things would you like to see before you are owning it?
So I do not buy them. So I think I don't own them, but people sometimes send me fun things. You can send to fulldecent.eth, and but I have some addresses, so people will send them. So I don't actually know everything that I own, but I don't buy them, and I'm not articulate about that. But I did buy one of them, Love, by DJ Delaria. So you can find that one. Okay. And she's just a friend. So I support friends, and I'm going to hold it forever. So it doesn't matter what it's worth. But there you go.
That is beautiful. Yes, friends forever too. Yeah, definitely. I hope a lot of people learned very, very new thing, and even me, I learned the relations thing. It really clicked me, and every time people are gonna ask me what this NFT hype is about, I'm gonna bring that thing out. Yes, it is the relation between whatever you want to put it in the blockchain and the number. That's it. That is a really easy way to see what the whole hype is about. Yeah, thank you, Will. And one last thing, as an honor to have you in our show, we as a show of appreciation, we kind of shipped this to you.